If there is one thing common in all of us, is how badly we want to be our own boss. We don't like to call somebody else as our boss. In fact, कितने लोग entrepreneur बन जाते हैं सिर्फ इस वजह से कि उन्हें किसी और को बॉस नहीं बोलना पड़े. लेकिन entrepreneur बनने का मतलब है आपको बिजनेस सेंस होनी चाहिए. सिर्फ एक आइडिया से बिजनेस नहीं चलता. बिजनेस सेंस इज व्हेन यू कैन होलिस्टिकली अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इट टेक्स टू क्रिएट अ बिजनेस, व्हिच इज अ वेरी डिफरेंट स्किल ऑल टुगेदर. And if you have a great idea and if you can develop that business skill, then definitely become an entrepreneur. But don't make this a reason to be an entrepreneur, that you don't want to call somebody your boss and you want to be your own boss. Being your own boss is an attitude that you need to develop, whether you're working with a corporate or you have your own business. My name is Yukti Kapoor Mehandiratta, and after having a decade-long experience in my corporate stint and a decade-long experience as an entrepreneur, let me tell you that the attitude of being your own boss is what has helped me to be as successful as I am. And what is this attitude? How do you develop this attitude is what I want to share with you in this video. So the first thing that's really important for us to become our own boss is to understand why we do what we do and what is it that we wish to achieve, which means setting your own goals. Before somebody else comes and tells you this is what I expect from you, how about you being clear about what is it that you need to achieve so that you can be a part of that bigger picture or contribute towards that bigger picture, the vision of the company, right? The overall target of the company. How can your expertise help you to achieve that which matters to the company, whether it is your company or any other company that you're working for. Remember, in today's world, nobody wants an employee. People want to hire entrepreneurs. People want to hire other people who bring in the attitude of an entrepreneur. That's what organizations are looking for. And what does that mean? That means having the ability to be your own boss and not waiting for somebody else to come and tell you what to do and what not to do. So सबसे पहली चीज़ जो हमें अपने एटीट्यूड में बदलनी है वो है अपने खुद का टारगेट सेट करना, which pushes us out of our comfort zone. इस टारगेट में दो क्राइटेरिया होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. नंबर 1, it has to be ambitious, and number 2, it needs to be realistic. दोनों ज़रूरी है, ambitious and realistic, which means it pushes you a little out of your comfort zone. But it is not so impossible कि आप मोटिवेट ही नहीं हो वो टारगेट देखकर कि ये तो होने वाला ही नहीं है. अगर हम 1 करोड़ एक महीने में रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर रहे हैं तो हम सडनली 10 करोड़ अगले महीने नहीं कर पाएंगे unless something drastically changes in the product or service that we're putting out to our clients. So I hope you're getting my message. It needs to be a little out of your comfort zone, realistic and ambitious at the same time. The second thing that you need to bring into your attitude is to take ownership of your work. Take complete accountability of delivering the results. मेरा काम इतना था, मैंने कर दिया, हो गया. अभी ये इसके आगे अभिषेक का प्रॉब्लम है या अमित का प्रॉब्लम है या सुजाता का प्रॉब्लम है. That's not how you will ever become your own boss. You become your own boss when you can speak to yourself as how a boss would speak to you. And we'll ask you this question, Yukti, you've done your bit, but the results are not achieved. Who should take that ownership? If the answer to that is me, then you know that you are training yourself to become your own boss. That voice inside your head should ask you the questions that someone called your boss will do. So the second most important thing to bring into your attitude is to get the sense of ownership on what you do. Be accountable for the results. And the third thing is to offer yourself some tough love. Now, what is tough love? Tough love is when you care for how you feel, but you don't get carried away with that. When you know that even though you don't feel like doing what you need to do, you must do it to achieve that bigger picture, to live up to your commitment, to show the ownership, to be able to bring that accountability in whatever you do. So tough love is when you gently but consistently keep pushing yourself to do more, to grow more, to be more, to learn more. And when you become that person with this attitude of setting ambitious and realistic goals, setting in the sense of ownership, bringing in that sense of ownership and accountability, and offering that tough love to yourself, is when you don't need to have a boss. In fact, even if you do, Your boss's job will be the easiest on earth because the boss doesn't need to boss you anymore because you've learned how to be your own boss. And the best return on this effort is your own sense of happiness and fulfillment with who you are and how you do whatever you do. I hope these tips help you to become your own boss.